Okay.
Hi, Skip.
Hi, Mark. We're standing here with Mark Warden, who is a freshman in New Hampshire State Legislature.
Right. Yeah.
You've been on Grok Talk several different times, but now the year is over. My question to you is, did things turn out the way that you thought they would at the beginning? Or have you had several surprises, or were your expectations not?
Well, thanks for the question. Actually, props to GraniteGrok. You guys do a great job. Right? You're a nice alternative to the mainstream media. And thank goodness you're there, right? We would never hear the full story unless you guys were out there. So thanks for what you do. I like your website. I like your videos. And in answer to the question, this session was actually much better than I expected, because I didn't know going into this legislative session how many liberty-oriented legislators there actually were. Right, I'm one. I ran on a campaign of small government, lower taxes, less regulation, get government out of our lives, live free or die. When I went door to door, it's the people I talked to, that's what they said. They loved the message. I'm a Republican, by the way, in case your viewers don't know. So it was overwhelmingly supported. But I thought once I got to the State House that a lot of people would say, yeah, we need to be mainstream, we need to go along to get along, let's move to the middle to be effective. But no, it wasn't that way at all. So the positive surprise of being up there was to see so many people that are very liberty-oriented, that believe in the Constitution, that believe all the things I mentioned earlier for less government.
So what was the best part of the legislative session for you?
The end. It's a lot of work.
Nice answer.
For those of your viewers who are interested in running, please do come see me, talk to me. I'll be happy to recruit volunteers to run for the State House. We need more liberty-oriented people to be up there, but it's a volunteer job after all. It's $100 a year pay, and it's a lot of work. It's 20 to 30 hours a week. For the first 3-4 months, and 2 months it's a little bit slower. But you know, I loved it. Luckily, I'm in the real estate business. I make my own schedule, and I was able to be very effective and really be involved in my committee, criminal justice, as well as on the floor for other issues. So that was one of the shockers. But one of the positive things was to see real good issues like the TSA. You know, what are the TSA people groping people? Is that sexual assault? Why don't we let the regular people like you are the new media, everybody's the new media, let's our regular people audio record and video record public officials while on the job, right? What's wrong with that? Sorry, there's a law against it. So I saw a lot of things really moving in the pro-liberty direction, like audio recording public officials, like judges informing the juries about something called the fully informed jury regulations, that juries can decide the case. So I see a lot of really pro-liberty things going that are nonpartisan. Right, Skip, there for everybody in New Hampshire, but it's not for bureaucrats, it's not for government, it's for the people.
And that was one of the things when I interviewed New Hampshire Speaker of the House, Bill O'Brien, back a couple of months ago. The primary mission, so it seemed, was to devolve power from Concord,
right,
down to the more local levels of government and out to the individuals.
Right.
Do you think that was accomplished overall, or at least moved the needle in that direction?
No, honestly, I don't think so. Believe me, we have the right people in place to believe that. We're all about local control. Just as you and I and all your viewers want to say, government in Washington is way too strong. Washington is way too powerful. Let's let the states decide. 10th Amendment, right? States' rights, state sovereignty. We all believe that at the federal level, but then when it comes to the state level, it kind of crashes and burns. Why don't we say the same thing here? Let's say here in Guilford, let them decide how to teach the students, how much money should go to local education. Or in where I am in Goffstown and Ware, let's decide locally how much money should be portioned for roads, bridges, libraries, and that sort of thing. But unfortunately, we still have the state legislature's fingers in too many things. But we're working in the right direction.
So you're going to be back in the House next year.
Right.
Would you be willing to say whether or not you're going to run for re-election?
Yes. Unlike presidential candidates, I'm willing to say way in advance, definitely I'll be running for re-election. But as you already know, some of your viewers may not know, we just had the census, the decennial census, and after that they do a reapportionment of the districts. So we're going to realign all the districts in the state for both the State House and the State Senate, and my district will change from Goffstown and Ware to just Goffstown. So then it'll change the dynamic a little bit, but yeah, I'll run again.
Will you have 1 or 2 reps?
No, we'll have a bunch. We'll have 6.
6 from Prospect.
It's
Okay, so
It's based on
here,
population.
because here in Guilford we'll only have we're right on the cusp, so that's
Right.
why I asked.
Okay, right. And then in the cities, they have wards. It's broken up differently. But if you're in a big town, sometimes they have a multi-seat district because, for example, in Goffstown, there are about 20,000 residents and average 3,300 residents per rep. So it's around 6 reps.
Do you think that'll radically change the composition of the House after the next election?
No, it will change, yes. It will not radically change it, no. There will still be a Republican majority. It may not be the veto-proof majority as it is now, of like 297 to 103, but it'll still be a strong majority. And for your viewers who are independent, which is the vast majority of New Hampshire voters, let's remind them that this isn't about party, this is about principle. Principle, you live free or die, smaller government, less regulation, lower taxes. If you believe in that, go out and vote for the candidate who supports that.
Well, Mark Warden, I want to say thank you very much for taking a few minutes with GraniteGrok.
Can I add one more thing?
Absolutely.
Since we're here on lovely Governor's Island for a party for Dr. Ron Paul, please vote for Dr. Ron Paul for U.S. President. He's an amazing man. He's good on fiscal issues, the foreign wars, the military, and healthcare. He's a doctor himself. So I want everybody to go out to ronpaul2012.com, find out more about him, and appreciate your support.
Well, very good. Mark, thanks again for taking a few minutes with GraniteGrok.